Dear students, this is RHS Prasad, lecturer in chemistry, VSM College, Ramachandrapuram. Today, we are going to learn about the paper 2, that is traditional methods of analysis 2 in second MSc analytical chemistry, fourth semester. So in this fourth semester, we are going to have totally 4 theory papers are there. First paper is separation methods 1, separation methods 1 in third semester, but here it is separation methods 2. Second paper, that is traditional methods of analysis, traditional methods of analysis 2. Quality control and traditional methods of analysis 1, it is in third semester. Here it is traditional methods of analysis 2, paper 2. And paper 3 is applied analysis 2. What is? It is applied analysis 2. Applied analysis 1 is present in third semester. In fourth semester, it is applied analysis 2. And fourth paper is instrumental methods of analysis. What is that? Instrumental methods of analysis. Okay. I am going to discuss about second and third papers. They are traditional methods of analysis 2 and applied analysis 2. Okay. In this class, I wish to discuss about various units which are present in paper 2, or various topics which are present in paper 2. What is paper 2? It is traditional methods of analysis 2. Okay, right. So any paper contains 4 units. So what are the 4 units which are present in paper 2? That is traditional methods of analysis 2 in fourth semester. First unit is precipitation methods 1. What is that? Precipitation methods 1. Second unit is precipitation methods 2. What is that? Precipitation methods 2. And the third unit is oxidant and reductant systems. Oxidant and reductant systems. Principles and applications in analysis. Principles and applications in analysis. Analysis means here it is chemical analysis. Okay, right. It is 2. Why? Because oxidant and reductant systems, principles and applications in analysis 1 is present in third semester. 2 is present in 4th semester. And the last unit which is present in traditional methods of analysis 2 paper is analysis of some selected drugs. Analysis of some selected drugs. Okay, right. So what are the topics or subtopics which are present in these units? In precipitation methods 1, we are going to discuss about the introduction to precipitation. Just introduction. In this introduction, we are going to learn about the terms which are involved in precipitation topic. They are crystal habit, supersaturation, nucleation, crystal growth, what is homogeneous and heterogeneous nucleation, what is solubility, what is particle size, next colloids, next completeness of precipitation, that is the factors affecting precipitation like excess of precipitant, effect of pH on precipitation, effect of complex formation on precipitation, next effect of temperature on precipitation, next effect of purity, next aging. So these are the introductory topics which are inserted in precipitation methods 1. And the second part in precipitation methods 1 unit is co-precipitation, post-precipitation and reprecipitation. Co-precipitation, post-precipitation and reprecipitation. What is co-precipitation, what is post-precipitation and what is reprecipitation? We are going to learn about these topics in part 2 in unit 1. Next part is, last part in precipitation methods 1 is precipitation titrations. What are they? Precipitation titrations. I think you know well known example for precipitation titration, that is the titration between KCl solution and silver nitrate solution. Whenever you titrate KCl solution against silver nitrate solution, then there is a formation of silver chloride precipitate. Okay, so these type of titrations are called precipitation titrations. Why? Because the titration involved in the formation of precipitate. Okay, so these are the parts, 3 parts which are inserted in precipitation methods 1. Is it clear? So in unit 1, that is precipitation methods 1, we are going to discuss about the introduction, means the terminology which are inserted in precipitation processes, and second part co-precipitation, post-precipitation, reprecipitation. Okay, next precipitation titration. Next, in second unit As part 1, we are going to discuss about precipitation from homogeneous solution, simply called as PFHS, that is precipitation from homogeneous solution. Next, second part in second unit is gravimetric determinations. Gravimetry. So this is the application of precipitation methods. Gravimetry. What is gravimetry? What are the applications and what are the different precipitants? Okay, right. Next, third part is electrogravimetry. What is that? Electrogravimetry. It is also one of the application of precipitation methods. Electrogravimetry. Okay, so these three parts are inserted in precipitation methods too. What are they? Precipitation from homogeneous solution, first part. Second part is gravimetric determinations, and third part is electrogravimetry. Okay, next, in third unit we are going to discuss about the selected oxidant and reductant systems. Like in the third semester we discussed about manganese 3, manganese 7, chromium 6 examples. Here we are going to discuss about some other oxidant systems like vanadium 5, okay, etc. as oxidant systems, and reductant systems like SN2 plus and Fe2 plus in phosphoric acid. Next, hydrazine. It is also one of the reductant system. Okay, same as in third semester we learn about this topic, as it is the second part of oxidant reductant system principles and applications in analysis. Okay, right. Next, some organic reductant systems are also there, like hydroquinone and ascorbic acid. I think you know very well about ascorbic acid. Ascorbic acid is nothing but it is the chemical name of vitamin C. Okay, vitamin C, also called as ascorbic acid. Okay, right. In third semester we discussed about organic oxidant system. Here we are going to discuss about the organic reductant systems, example by taking hydroquinone and ascorbic acid. And the last unit which is present in fourth semester paper 2 is analysis of some selected drugs. Like acetyl salicylic acid, sulfadiazine, and some steroids and corticoids like testosterone, progesterone and cortisone, and some antibiotics also. Okay, how can we determine some antibiotics like chloramphenicol, benzyl penicillin, tetracycline, thiamine. You can observe here. Okay, so analysis of some selected drugs. So basic considerations of drugs, classification, determination of following drugs. What are they? You can observe here. Acetyl salicylic acid, which acts as antipyretic and analgesic drug. Simply, this acetyl salicylic acid called as aspirin, you know very well. Okay, aspirin, also called as acetyl salicylic acid. So next, sulfa drug. So like sulfadiazine. Okay, next some steroids and corticoids are also there, testosterone, progesterone and cortisone. Next, some antibiotics are also there, like chloramphenicol, benzyl penicillin and tetracycline. Next, some vitamins, determination of vitamins like thiamine, vitamin B1, riboflavin, vitamin B2, and ascorbic acid, vitamin C. Okay, right. Next, some barbituric and barbituric acid derivatives like phenobarbital, and determination of antimicrobacterial agent like isoniazid. What is that? Isoniazid. And antihypertensive agent like methyl dopa. We are going to discuss about the determination of methyl dopa also. And the last drug is metronidazole, which is one type of anti-amoebic agent. Okay, these are the some selected drugs which we are going to discuss about in the 4th semester unit 4, that is analysis of some selected drugs. Okay, right.